When modern life works smoothly, it's easy to forget how much we rely on massive, complex systems to keep everything running. Food appears on store shelves without us ever seeing the farms they came from. Electricity hums through our homes with just a flick of a switch, and hospitals stand ready to handle everything from a minor cut to a serious injury. But what if those systems we take for granted start to break down? It doesn't have to be a dramatic worldwide apocalypse. It could be an economic collapse that tightens the flow of goods, or a natural disaster that knocks out power for weeks. It could be a sudden health crisis that overwhelms hospitals, or political unrest that empties grocery stores and makes traveling unsafe. In those moments, having a safe haven that provides food, water, shelter, and a measure of security can mean the difference between barely surviving and living with some dignity and comfort. A homestead promises that kind of security. It's about more than just having a country home with a pretty garden. It's about taking back control over your life's essentials. It's about knowing that your pantry doesn't depend on whether a truck made it to the grocery store. It's about having water to drink even if the taps run dry. It's about having skills to fix what breaks, grow what you eat, and adapt to a changing world. But the reality of trying to run a homestead during a severe crisis, or what we'd call an SHTF scenario, isn't always the simple, idyllic vision people have in mind. There are serious risks and downsides that come along with the advantages. There is nothing easy about confronting the idea that your safety, comfort, and even survival might hinge on your ability to work the land, protect what you have, and rely on yourself day in and day out. The goal here is to break down what this really looks like. We're going to dive into the potential pitfalls and dangers of homesteading in a time of disruption and instability, while also highlighting the very real benefits that come from having your own little piece of the world under your control. We'll talk about why you might choose to homestead in these conditions, the trade-offs you'll face, how to plan and adapt so that you're better prepared, and how to keep yourself and your family as safe, stable, and emotionally balanced as possible. Along the way, we'll also touch on practical strategies, resources, skill development, and the importance of staying human through it all. Before we move forward, I want to encourage you to do something for yourself. As you take in this information, commit to acting on it in some way. Maybe it means learning a new gardening skill, storing an extra month's worth of food, or even just taking notes on what steps you'd need to take if things ever got rough. Don't just absorb ideas and let them drift away. Make a promise right now that after you're done here, you'll pick at least one thing and do it. Taking that step is how we turn knowledge into power. A lot of people paint a very romantic picture of life on a homestead, especially if things go bad in the outside world. They imagine a peaceful cabin in the woods, a lush garden, and calm evenings by the fire while chaos reigns elsewhere. But the truth can be much harsher and more complicated. One of the biggest challenges with a remote homestead is isolation. Sure, distance from crowded cities and unrest might keep immediate threats at bay, but it also means that help isn't right around the corner. If someone breaks a leg, if a fence is cut, if an intruder sneaks onto the property, you can't count on emergency services like you once did. That feeling of vulnerability can weigh heavily. It demands that you become your own first responder, capable of handling medical issues, repairing damage, and providing security. Over time, this can wear you down, as you realize there is no backup waiting in the wings. The issue of security is no small thing. In a scenario where resources are tight, a well-stocked homestead can become a target. The world might not be full of marauders and bandits at every turn, but desperate people do desperate things. You may find yourself having to invest in strong deterrence, watching over your land, and staying alert to threats at all times. There's a real psychological burden in knowing that your peaceful oasis could be challenged. This is not what most people think of when they dream of a quiet country life, but in a severe crisis, defending what you have might become a constant part of your existence. Then there's the matter of self-sufficiency. On the surface, that word sounds empowering. But self-sufficiency can also mean shouldering a tremendous load of responsibilities without anyone else to fall back on. If your crops fail because of pests, drought, or just bad luck, you can't just run to the store. If your livestock gets sick and you lose a major protein source, you have to solve that problem yourself. If your tools break, you need to fix them or find another workaround. When you stack all these needs together, growing and preserving food, maintaining buildings, managing livestock health, taking care of machinery, and constantly improving your property, you might find yourself overwhelmed. Every piece of the puzzle depends on you and the people you trust. Medical care becomes a serious worry. Without functioning hospitals or easy-to-reach clinics, minor issues can become big problems. A simple cut that gets infected can turn life-threatening. A broken bone might mean long-term disability if not set properly. Illnesses, injuries, and chronic conditions need to be managed on your own. That means stocking up on medical supplies, learning basic first aid, and understanding preventative care. Managing hygiene and sanitation on a homestead is critical, because when help is far away, you want to avoid getting sick in the first place. The environment itself is another unpredictable factor. Weather extremes, floods, droughts, pests, and plant diseases all threaten your food supply. You might invest months into growing a crop, only to see it devastated in days by a sudden hailstorm or a hungry swarm of insects. Facing this kind of setback when the outside world isn't functioning well is terrifying, because you can't just replace what you lost. A reliable harvest requires planning, crop rotation, soil management, water conservation, and sometimes just a bit of luck. Over time, you'll learn how to read the land, but there will always be that uncertainty hanging overhead. On top of all of this, there's the emotional factor. Being cut off from the rest of the world can feel lonely and isolating. You may miss the simple comfort of being around other people, enjoying social gatherings, or even just having a friendly neighbor to borrow sugar from. Without human connection, stress and anxiety can build. The constant pressure of survival tasks, security concerns, and the unknown future can wear you down. Maintaining morale and mental health is just as important as any physical preparation. For all these hardships, why bother? If homesteading in a crisis is so challenging, what's the payoff? The answer lies in the freedom and stability that come with being able to provide for yourself. One of the greatest benefits is true food independence. When shelves go empty and trucks stop rolling, you have what you need right outside your door. Your garden, orchard, livestock, and stored goods mean that even if the world beyond your property is struggling, you aren't trapped in the same spiral of scarcity. You get to be a producer, not just a consumer. Living away from population centers also reduces your exposure to large-scale chaos. While cities may be hotspots of panic, violence, or disease, you're tucked away with the space and time to adapt. You have fewer unknown variables to worry about, giving you the breathing room to think calmly and make rational decisions. There's a psychological comfort in that. Even if your challenges are steep, they're at least more predictable and within your sphere of influence. A well-managed piece of land can become a renewable treasure trove. By practicing regenerative agriculture, you can improve your soil over time and yield more food each season. With careful water management, you can ensure a steady supply of clean drinking water and irrigation. By harnessing solar or wind power, you can generate electricity even if the grid goes down permanently. Everything you do to improve the land and invest in it pays dividends later, making your life more stable as time goes on. On a homestead, you also gain real skills that are timeless and invaluable. When you know how to grow and preserve food, make basic repairs, treat minor injuries, and handle livestock, you become resilient. These skills don't just help you survive, they give you confidence and independence. While others are left panicking and wondering what to do, you have the knowledge and the ability to navigate uncertainty. That sense of competence can be incredibly empowering. You might even find yourself building a small community around your homestead. Maybe family members come to stay with you, or perhaps you team up with trusted neighbors. Cooperation multiplies your efforts. It brings new skills, extra hands to share the workload, and emotional support. Over time, a network of homesteads or smallholders can form a mini economy, trading goods and services so everyone thrives. Instead of being a lone island, you can become part of a more resilient chain. Strangely enough, the act of working closely with the land, producing your own food, and living according to natural rhythms can improve your physical health and even your mental well-being. There's a certain satisfaction in knowing that you can take care of yourself and your loved ones. It can feel deeply meaningful, reminding you that even in tough times, there's purpose in what you do each day. To make homesteading work during a crisis, you need more than just a patch of dirt and good intentions. You need strategies. Diversifying is crucial. Don't rely on a single crop or animal. Grow a range of fruits, vegetables, grains, and herbs. Keep different types of livestock, each serving a role in your ecosystem. This ensures that if one part of your system fails, you still have something else to fall back on. You'll need to think about security from day one, not as an afterthought. This doesn't have to mean barricading your home like a fortress, but it might mean installing decent fencing, setting up simple alert systems, and having a plan for what you'll do if someone shows up uninvited. Know how you'll negotiate if a neighbor comes asking for help and how you'll respond if people you don't trust try to force their way in. The best defense might be to avoid drawing attention. Keep your homestead humble on the outside while you do the real work behind the scenes. Planning for equipment maintenance is just as important. Everything you rely on will eventually break down. Think about what spare parts you need for your generator, how you'll keep tools sharp, or who in your family can learn basic carpentry and metalworking. Consider investing in manual tools so that if the fuel or electricity run out, you can still get important tasks done. Medical preparedness is also a form of strategy. Stock up on first aid supplies, basic medications, and learn how to use them. Know natural remedies that grow in your area. Prepare for injuries by practicing careful work habits. Prevention is always better than dealing with a crisis later. Keep things clean, well-organized, and hygienic to head off problems before they start. A homestead thrives when it has a reliable and safe water source. Wells, rainwater collection systems, and proper filtration methods all matter. You can't survive long without clean water, and your crops and animals depend on it just as much as you do. Invest time in making sure you have a backup plan if one water source dries up or becomes contaminated. For food, the goal is to keep a balanced system going. Gardening, raising chickens, maybe some goats or a dairy cow if you have the space and time, and preserving what you harvest so it lasts through the off-season. Traditional techniques like canning, drying, fermenting, and root cellaring reduce waste and extend the shelf life of your produce. The idea is to always be thinking one season ahead so that you're not caught off guard. Energy independence might mean solar panels, a small wind turbine, or even a micro-hydro system if you have running water nearby. It could also mean learning to do more with less. As you adapt to homestead life, you might find that you simply don't need as much energy as you used to. Wood stoves can provide heat, a well-insulated home can keep you comfortable, and careful lighting practices can stretch your resources. Having multiple ways to generate and store energy gives you flexibility if one method fails. Skills are at the heart of what makes a homesteader truly independent. It's one thing to have the tools and resources, but if you don't know how to use them, they're just dead weight. Learn how to grow food organically and how to save seeds so you're not reliant on buying them each year. Understand basic carpentry so you can fix a broken door or build a simple structure. Get comfortable with small engine repairs so you can keep a generator running or fix a broken pump. Don't be afraid to push yourself outside your comfort zone. If you've never butchered an animal but plan on raising livestock, consider learning how. If you've never canned vegetables, practice before times get tough. If the idea of setting a broken bone or stitching a wound terrifies you, at least learn the theory and have the supplies on hand. It's far better to be prepared than to be caught in a panic when there's no one else to help. Information gathering is another skill. Stay informed about what's happening beyond your property, even if it's just through a battery-powered radio. Knowing what's going on helps you plan accordingly. If there's word of a drought coming, you can adjust your planting schedule. If you hear that certain supplies are becoming scarce, you know to ration what you have. Staying informed isn't always easy when the world is disrupted, but make the effort. Knowledge helps you avoid surprises. No one should underestimate the value of human connection. Even if you're physically isolated, maintaining relationships with neighbors, friends, or relatives who live nearby can be a game changer. People can share knowledge, trade goods, and help each other out in emergencies. Communities that pull together and support each other survive better than isolated individuals. If you have a skill someone else needs, you can trade it for something they have. Over time, this can form a resilient local network that benefits everyone. Emotional well-being is often overlooked in these discussions, but it's crucial. Hard work and tension can erode morale. Isolation can make you feel trapped or stressed. Make time for simple joys. Tell stories around a fire, play a game with your family, listen to music, dance, sing, or find a moment of beauty in the natural world around you. Celebrate small victories, even if it's just a good harvest or a new calf born healthy. Remind yourself and others why you're doing this. It's about life and hope, not just survival. Keeping spirits up keeps everyone motivated. Over time, you might find that living closer to the rhythms of the earth and handling your own needs creates a sense of purpose. Without modern distractions, you focus more on what truly matters. This isn't to romanticize hardship. Hardship is still hardship, but it can bring out strengths you never knew you had and deepen your appreciation for each day. Homesteading in a crisis scenario isn't about living a rugged fantasy or escaping the world. It's about taking practical steps toward independence and resilience in times when the larger systems we depend on might not hold together. It's about forging a meaningful existence where you grow your own food, secure your own water, and generate your own energy. It's about learning how to fix what breaks, heal what's wounded, and protect what you love. It's about working with nature rather than against it. Most importantly, it's about recognizing that while the world may be unpredictable, you can create a small corner of stability and self-reliance. The journey isn't easy, and it demands sacrifice, creativity, hard work, and constant learning. There will be times when it feels overwhelming, when every problem that comes your way is something you have to solve yourself. But with each skill you master and each challenge you overcome, you become more capable and more confident. In that confidence lies freedom. At this point, hopefully you've got a better picture of what homesteading involves. Now it's time to decide what you'll do with this information. Don't let it just sit in your mind. Choose something concrete. Maybe that means starting a small garden right now, even if it's just a few pots of herbs on a balcony, to begin building your skills. Maybe it means learning to can your vegetables or store extra water. Maybe it means talking to a neighbor about starting a little trade network or taking a first aid course. Whatever you do, turn this awareness into action. By doing so, you take a step toward greater resilience and peace of mind, no matter what the future holds.